What's going on, Podderinos? How's it going? You're all very welcome to episode 38. 38. I don't know why I stuck in that last TH there. 38 for Wednesday the 20th. Nearly Christmas. Like I know what the fuck that is right now. I'm dug in deep like a Vietnam vet in panto land at the minute, so you lose all space of time and reality. Mostly reality. It's intense, but the crack has been fucking. I'm not going to waste much time. This was a nice long podcast because it just flew because this week's guest is just the chattiest person ever and just a powerful crack. A quick recap: what's gone on since I saw you last? I apologise to anybody who had gone to the Dungarvan gig that I was supposed to be doing on Friday last, but I just could not get out of tech rehearsals. But I got the very capable Stephen Ryan to take my spot, and by all accounts it was great. So again, apologies for that. I will be back in Stand Up World come January. The dates are lined up, and I'll be releasing them too. But at the minute, I'll be mostly working with the Panto cast and whoever else is around Limerick really at the time. Update being, it's all coming together fairly nicely. We've worked out all the kinks. A lot of the bugs are gone out of it. It's just sharp as a fucking razor. This is actually a shit hot gig to be involved in. We've had 2 days of previews to just fill the place with loads of crazy kids full of coke and crisps. Cocaine, that is, not Coca-Cola. We filled them with loads of cocaine beforehand to see what would happen, and it turns out they are wild motherfuckers. Samantha Mumba, who plays the baddie, pretty much got attacked as she went out into the audience this afternoon. It was fantastic. It was great. They were so into it. It was fucking brilliant. Other than that, I don't really know what else to tell you. There's no point in me telling you about gigs. You're up to your balls in Christmas right now. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're about to knock off work. Would tomorrow be the last day of work? What day is today? Thursday will be the 21st, which we have our big opening night. That should be a really good one. Officially we open on the 21st, which is Thursday, but we'll be showing previews all fucking day, or the 2 days previous, 3 days previous to that. This is all jargon that I am learning. Opening night is not opening night. Opening night is a couple of nights after you've got that fucking right in front of a couple of I don't know, I guess they're in for free. I guess they're in, or a cut price or anything, but the show was pretty tight anyway to start with. I don't know, I'm missing all the news. We had a great weekend of wins. Podcast, friends of the podcast, friends of mine, Gary Spike O'Sullivan, won in Montreal, the very first proper podcast guest other than my grandparents. Gary Spike, he won, and has put him in quite a good position, possibly to fight Billy Joe Saunders for the title, or maybe get Triple G, if that means anything to fight fans out there. It's a pretty big thing. Will fucking Fleury from 3 episodes ago, Will fucking Fleury, the absolute danger man from the antique world and care, if anybody remembers that episode, what a great podcast he was. Will won in South Africa at the weekend. Big right hand. Check it out. I put it up on the Twitter page. Whew, you could fucking hear the thing. Jesus, that poor bastard's fucking jaw won't be right for a while. And of course, my beloved Munster pulled off something that hasn't been done in the European Cup in 18 seasons. They beat Leicester back to back in the double header, which nobody has done in 18 seasons, or 18 attempts, or 18 seasons, I think, yeah. We're right beside Munster's Performance Centre of Excellence. It's very exciting. Not that we get to spend much time, but as the crazy part, like, because at the moment it'd be like 10 a.m. shows and fucking 1 p.m. shows, so you're quite literally getting a half an hour turnaround, ram a sandwich into your fucking neck and back out again. But lads, I swear to God, I'd say I'm after losing my 6 pounds already. I've been a fat fuck before this, and I'm stripping down. I make my fight weight. By the time the end of this thing, I'll be like I'll whip it. I'll be out the fucking. I'll have to fucking. If I turn sideways, you could mark me absent, as the fella says, or they'll have to hang a red tie off my neck and you could call me a thermometer. I'll be that skinny. Well, I have to, because my sister has informed me that she's paid and signed me up for March 10th. I'm going to be doing a triathlon. A fucking triathlon. Comedian doing what? So I'm going to be doing that down in Kinsale, which should be fun. but I now have to get my shit in gear. But it's fine. I'm stripping down weight here big time. There's my mother popping in. Hello, mother. What's that? Yeah, spot on. We're doing code here. She's writing Christmas cards. Dublin 16, I think, but it'll find it anyway. Yes, that is the correct address to my parents-in-law's, which I won't say it over the airways. Christmas cards, Jesus Christ, are we not done with that shit yet? Is everybody writing Christmas cards? Is everybody? I'm pretty sure my wife is. She's an old traditionalist. She's younger than me, but I don't know. I mean, what? Does anybody give? I suppose. Let's not get into it. Christ and Christ above. Anyway, it's all good in the hood. Right, moving swiftly along. Well done for tuning in, for turning on. Hit subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. If you are listening to it on iTunes, give it an hour rating at the end if you do like it. If you don't, forget you even listened to it. It helps move up the charts and helps other people find it better, because I'd like to get more people who wouldn't want to be part of a bigger community of Tomites, we'll call us. We're all Tomites here, because we like listening to the same sort of shite that I like listening to. Shite talk, but fun shite talk. And we describe it actually in the podcast here with Hayley Jo. There's the kind of people that you wouldn't mind going for a couple of pints with. My kind of listeners are my kind of people. Other than that, check out everything else. Look for Tom O'Mahony Comedy. You'll find me on all platforms. Bar Chatty Snaps. That, for some reason, is my old nickname of Tom Bear O'Mahony. You can find it. Everything else is Tom O'Mahony Comedy. To tune in for all the silly carrying on. We're going to be making some sketch videos and stuff. I'm supposed to be making one with the two Johnnies after. We were going to try and make one this week, but the lads have an album out, or a single out, so they're going to try, and they're up in Dublin. Ironically, they're up in Dublin promoting it, so it'll be the new year before we get that made. Don't know why I'm telling you that. There's no point until it's, but we are going to make some funny ones over. So tune in to either, most likely myself, Richie Hayes, or Dayl Cronin from last week. We just dick about with Instagram and Snapchat, so you won't need this update. We'll be passing the time, but we will be making funny videos and all that just to pass the time, because from Thursday onwards then there'll be 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock shows, so then at least it gives you a bit of leeway to actually do some live. I've got a very tough thing to do tomorrow. I've got to do in the Christmas turkeys that I bought back in August. If anybody remembers that far back, I bought a couple of turkeys. They've gotten to ample size. It's not a nice job, but I'll do it swiftly and cleanly, and they won't even know what happened to them. For any further details other than that, for anybody who doesn't understand where turkeys come from, this is where they come from. These ones just happen to be raised organically and kind of wandering around the yard having a great life, and it's time to do away with it. What a lovely way to finish off the podcast, finish off the intro to the podcast. Anyway, on all platforms, do you have any questions, shoot them to me on Twitter, Buckshot Pod or Tom O'Mahony Comedy, or just Tom _O'Mahony. You'll find me. You'll just type in my name, lads. If you've already found this, you'll find me pretty fucking easy. Other than that, let's move swiftly along. There'll be a few points during this, because it was over in the cast. A lot of the cast are staying in the apartments on UL campus, but because my parents only live 30 minutes away, I'm staying at my parents' house. Well done, says you. I can hear you. So we popped over to an apartment that Hayley, Dayl and Richie and Richie's wife, our dance instructor Erica. Richie will be probably on next week's podcast. If it's not Richie, it'll be Samantha, it'll be somebody. So we popped over there to their ridiculously plush apartments, and you'll hear the lads chiming in at different stages coming through the door. It's podcast town. So to give you context, Hayley Jo Murphy is her entire family. She was on the communal one that we did a couple of weeks ago. Her entire family, there's a dynasty of performing arts within the family. Hayley's an actress. She's living in London right now. All this becomes apparent throughout the podcast. Most likely, if you tuned in, you know who you're talking to. She's our Cinderella at the minute. She's an absolute unbelievable talent, singing wise, acting wise, dancing wise. Ludicrous. Oh, she got the triple fucking threat. She got all three. I got one. I get to tell funny fucking jokes. Can't sing or dance, but they let me tell the jokes. other than that, press on, enjoy yourself, listen, share, tell everybody about it. The fantastic Hayley Jo Murphy. There we go. Hey Jay.
Hiya.
Introducing Hayley Jo Murphy. We had a brief chat on the watch. Well, this one is a bit more comfortable surroundings of the apartments, the UL apartments.
Not in a cold kitchen in Ballycoolan.
You fucking landed on your feet here, didn't you?
The apartments are absolutely delicious.
Are they?
They had, and the tree decorated and everything. They had a Christmas tree there for us. So but there's like...
There's a woman comes into these daily and cleans.
Every day, makes the bed, like cleans the whole room and stuff. I kind of feel that, like, I've started making the bed for it.
I
you know
totally
what you feel
would.
like that?
I totally would.
Yeah.
I totally. But apparently, because talking with some people, that's a real Irishy thing. Because where I heard that was we were in Milan a couple of years ago, and we had a drink at this very, in Europe a lot of bars are tiny.
Yeah.
They're not really pubs at all. They're just
Yeah.
a place that sells a couple of drinks, like, and the bar staff don't really want to be bothered and asked about things. But we had a drink, and then we were going away, and we dropped our glasses into the bar.
Yeah.
Because we were drinking outside and on the streets, essentially. And your woman went, what? She goes, let me guess, you must be Irish. I went, what? How did you...
Yeah.
Only Irish would help the staff.
In restaurants as well, when you finish your food, I stack the plates. Do you know, like pass your plates over and you put all the cutlery on so that they can just lift it in one go, rather than leaving it so you have it set up for them so they can
I totally do that the whole time, yeah. But is it just an Irish... Because you live in the UK now all the time, so...
Oh yeah, it's definitely not done in the UK. Because I worked as a waitress in the UK, and even the way they... Now... Okay, no, I'm not going to be stereotypical.
Totally, you can totally stereotype.
Okay, because I totally think that the English are very, like, when it comes to how they treat people, like shopkeepers or retail assistants or anything like that, it's absolutely horrendous. I worked as a waitress and in retail in London.
That's most of my listeners are based in the UK.
No, they aren't they?
But that's fine, most of my UK listeners...
I just think in London...
I'm joking.
In London...
and a specific part of London too, so not even all of London.
Specific types of people.
That one restaurant is where...
Not even, and some people are foreigners. They were foreign. They weren't London at all.
No, but you're right. No, I saw it, but it's because of the big town. New York is the very same way, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just because the notion is that I'll never have to see you again.
Yeah.
Because there's a gazillion of us in one place, you know what I mean? So we'll never run into each other again. So there's an embarrassment level here where we have to go, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know who she'd be.
Oh, yeah,
you know
totally,
what I mean?
It's a village.
Yeah.
But you know what? Of like not seeing people in the not seeing them again because in London and stuff. I have done. There was this one person who I saw about 3 times in the same day.
Go away.
I swear to God, and I don't know where I got off, but it was weird that I even clocked them, that I even paid attention to look at them.
Oh, so you were on the underground?
I was on the underground. I was on the tube, and I saw. I can't even remember if it was a man or a woman, but no, that whole scenario of like clocking that person, and then like a few hours later seeing them again on Oxford Street or something, and then on the tube. But maybe they live near me and they were just.
What
on the
I
same
find
tube.
too, though, is a lot of this waiting staff and sometimes like the bar staff are shite.
Yeah.
By our standards.
Yeah.
We're a bar manager and that's purely based down to the pubs are owned by breweries.
Yeah.
Of long-standing lords and whatever own 300 and 400 bars. So there is no person really giving a fuck at the bottom line.
Yeah.
So really, the staff are texting, leaning up against the till, and you're going, "Can I get a drink?"
Yeah.
And where I saw it, I met Jarlath Regan we went for coffee at a sandwich in King's Cross, Pancras, and it was at like one of these. It was a cafe, a manager or Pret-a-Manger, manager. That'll tell you now. And I'm still ignorant. I go Pret-a-Manger.
Pret-a-Manger.
But we were queuing up and like they were dicking about like with his sandwich. He was like, "Sorry, mate," and he signed that sandwich, not. And I was kind of going, "Oh." And he goes, I know. But he says, "You have to." He says, because he's looking at him, he's back there scratching his bollocks.
Yeah.
And he says, to be honest with you, when you never run, he says there's 11 million people in this.
Yeah.
He says,
I had a very similar experience in Pret-a-Manger.
But right at that point, Darragh O'Brien walks by. How are you, lads?
No way.
But the only thing I will say is, because there's so many people could be passing that, but Dara Breen is 6'5"
Yeah.
and a large man. So
kind of like the Will Ferrell story.
yeah, he just
too.
he just wandered through the scenario.
I'm going to hang out with you a lot more because you seem to be in these places when certain people are there. Like,
Yeah.
these like really cool, like Dara Breen or Will Ferrell.
God, I need to get a
walking
good camera or something, don't I?
in. Yeah, definitely. Just one that you can like.
And was it pret-a-manger that you...
It was pret-a-manger, and it was only recently. It was before I came home from rehearsals, and I was on crutches because I had my fractured metatarsal, which I still have. I'm in agony, by the way.
Which bit is that? Your as your foot would go down, it's the
right before your toe. So it's like the joint. It's the big metatarsal.
Yeah. Okay, right.
So it's what's connecting my foot to my toe, basically.
How did you crack it or bust it?
It was gradual. It was like a stress fracture.
Okay,
but they called it a crush fracture.
Oh,
so
that
whatever
sounds way
way.
worse. Like you dropped something on it.
Yeah, I think it was when I was Irish dancing, and Irish dance shoes are so tight that I landed, and I did feel something when I landed.
But
Jesus.
then
Sorry, I've been up in the place. Have you permission to be in here? I just wanted to be in the podcast.
We're going to do a full one with him anyway.
Yeah.
But he's trying to find fucking time for him. He's doing about 7 jobs.
How does he do it?
I don't know. I would have cracked up a long time ago if I was doing his
Oh
gig.
my god! I'm pretty sure he's up until 3 a.m. every night.
I would most likely say that Richie Hayes, and I'm going out on a limb here, is taking a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
A lot of cocaine. Just like one of those bankers, those Wall Street bankers or the High Street bankers in London. A lot of coke.
Yes, there's definitely doping in the panto.
It is there. I can't.
I'm on steroids.
Okay, yeah.
Richie
You're actually on
Hayes is
performance
on cocaine.
enhancing drugs. He's on cocaine. But did you? Because you've been around the biz. Sorry, let's go back to your pret-a-manger story.
Yeah,
off the rails.
So it's not going to be very good. I was talking about my toe. Basically, my toe. I was on crutches because of my toe, so I had both crutches at this point. And I went up, stopped in to get a coffee, and I had a sandwich as well. And I'm waiting on it, and he gives me the sandwich, and I'm like, okay. So I kind of got the sandwich in my hand and had to like hobble my way to the table, put it down, and he went, "Your coffee's there."
Wow.
And I was like, all right, so I need to carry this. But it was black coffee, so it was like obviously piping hot.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm on both crutches, I have no hands. And I was like, okay, can you, I'll like take it myself. And I'm not the type of person to be like, excuse me. I get really embarrassed.
You totally should, for one day, be a character.
I
and
should
really
do that whole kind of method acting
And then
thing.
maybe get a GoPro inside your jacket and just be obnoxious.
That's a good show. Oh, okay. You're on
great
something.
viewing.
You're on something. Okay. I should, because I totally should have been like, are you fucking for real? Like, I can't, I'm on crutches, I'm going to scald myself. But I should have turned the coffee over myself and held them liable. I should have sued. But anyway, I did struggle with the coffee, and I definitely burnt my hands and sat down but said nothing. But I thought...
That's the Irish in you too.
Yeah, so it's like...
Yeah.
It goes both ways, but I just thought that was absolutely appalling. And it wasn't just that guy. It wasn't that guy. There's a number of people. The majority of baristas, and no, baristas are professional. Majority of cafe workers.
Okay.
Is this going to be starting a debate now about baristas?
Come on. Anybody can get a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Oh, come on.
No, some of the things they do are fairly impressive.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So they can turn on a machine.
The coffee art.
Okay, But I've no time for that carry on. It doesn't enhance
At
the
Christmas
flavours.
when they do a little like Christmas tree or an angel or something.
Grand, but if it tastes like a horse's arse,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, don't be. I get it, but do you know what? I like things simple. I'm very simple.
Yeah.
Overcomplicating things tends to fuck it up. And that's what hipsters ruin and anoraks ruin on everybody. Everything is ruined. Like
everything comes out on instead of a plate, it's on a slab. And like, oh no, you're going to have your drink in a jar.
Yeah, but anoraks...
You're not going to use knives and forks. You're going to use these 2 twigs.
Yeah. Like the over
that fell off the tree naturally because we don't want to pull them off.
Yes, yeah. That's it.
Feelings.
Who was it actually was saying that to me? He was making sculptures. He was making bowls, timber bowls, like they'd be salad bowls. He was selling it at this craft fair, and the whole thing was, the bowls were of trees that had fallen naturally as windfall in parochial lands. So they were actually blessed trees. He was put.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, man, you have some set of balls. And I was speaking with him. He's like, I know. And I goes, is it true? He goes, 100% true. He says, because there's always massive trees, and you get 1,000 bowls out of one tree.
Yeah.
But
that people totally buy it. They're like...
But the overcomplication... I think people like stuff to talk about, but like you're talking about the overcomplication of hipster things. It was in London. We're really bashing London here, like, and it's a great city, but it was in Shoreditch. And I think, I don't know, have I said this on the podcast? I was going to a place called the Comedy Cafe.
Yeah.
And it was the same place. It was right around the corner from where those Belfast lads opened the cereal bar.
Serial Killer Cafe.
But this guy was sitting outside some sort of cafe, and basically what he'd had was, and I'd say it cost a couple of quid, it was a typewriter, but instead, where the ribbon would normally be and you'd wind in the paper, he had it modified, or somebody had modified it smartly, to have an iPad slot into it, and the little stalks had little pads on them, and there was a keyboard up in front, so he was tapping a keyboard, so these would go up and tap a keyboard, the stalks would come forward to hit, instead of hitting the ribbon, they would tap the pad and type out. You're like, you motherfucker.
That's unbelievable.
Just typed on the iPad.
I mean, but like that though, I think that's brilliance. I'm like...
It is some level of engineering to get it right. But at the same time, he was looking over around his shoulders for, like, stay at home with it. He lugged this fucking 10 kilo lump of iron to the cafe. Yeah. To sit there sorry, did you notice me?
Okay.
Did you notice me?
Oh my God,
10
this
kilos?
was just a customer.
This is a customer sitting outside a cafe.
I'm wrong, right.
Smoking a pipe, by the way, Hayley Jo.
Yeah. This is I take back what I was saying. I thought this was like in the cafe and for their like register or for whatever.
Oh
like,
no, that's amazing.
Because I thought, that's such a great idea. Fair play, like business thing,
yeah.
and you know. But this was just a customer. Like,
this is somebody sitting outside the cafe.
Jesus.
Tap, 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 tap. And
like, they're not going to be like a normal person who just go to Starbucks and with your laptop and the Asians do.
Yeah. Jesus, now we're on to the Asians. Who knew this is going to be such a xenophobic podcast? Maybe we could start our own podcast, Hayley Jo. Maybe... And we just put a Confederate flag up in the back and maybe film it live and just go, hey, you know what's wrong with people that ain't white or Irish?
Then we'll be slammed by Philip DeFranco and it'll be my dream come true.
Oh, it'll be great. Yeah. Well, Alex Jones will be all over us and Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be great. We'll go to rallies.
Yeah, we'll do whole like video cams of the whole thing.
This would be great. This would be our version of showbiz, and then we can spring it on him in 10 years' time. Yes. It was a joke all along.
When we really do hit the big time and this gets out, we're
not racist. It's great.
Maybe I won't say what I was about to say.
I want to hear what you're about to say.
Basically, I just have this theory that Starbucks actually hire Asian people so there's always an Asian person in every Starbucks at all times. So at least, if you ever watch, if one leaves, another Asian person will come in and open it. I swear to God.
Wow. Yeah.
I think
okay.
It's this conspiracy.
We're 12 minutes in, Hayley Jo. Yeah, I like where this is going. Jesus.
I'm telling you, man, just watch.
It really did.
Sit in Starbucks. I don't think you're the type of person who particularly likes Starbucks.
I do. I prefer to go to a mom and pop coffee place.
Yeah.
Because you're going straight into their pocket. But Starbucks is grand and it's the middle ground, but you can get class stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because we've become unbelievable snobs in coffee in Ireland. Like I've been talking about my voice is breaking. It's all the non-singing I'm doing.
It's harder talking over those kids in the school shows.
Oh yeah,
that's what's killing me.
Yeah, just roaring over kids. Yeah. But yeah, we have become ferocious snobs here. So it's like, where do you source your beans from? Yeah. As I said, I have a new bit that I'm doing. It's like we're only 15 years away from having fucking hardened shit in the bottom of a Maxwell House jar. And cursing the bastard that asked for tea or asked for coffee. I'll have a coffee actually when they come to your house. Do you know? But but so Starbucks to me now is like, it's fine.
It's like...
It's fine, it's the middle of the road, like, you know.
Yeah, like, I don't enjoy their coffee. But I'd advise you to go in the next...
Just to Asian watch.
Just see, and just maybe an Asian won't come in.
I recorded with a fighter, Will Fleury, a couple of weeks ago in a Starbucks. There was an Asian. Now, they went and they weren't replaced by an Asian, I don't think, because a screaming child.
There might have been a slip up in the system.
But there was an upstairs. Are you saying they're like Roman and gypsies, or they just get rolled out? You take the baby today. You take the baby today.
When oh no.
Yes, Say it. This is a podcast.
When they're like, okay, you take your arm out of your sleeve this time.
Hide foot. You need to pretend you have no foot.
When they've got like a baby wrapped up, but there's definitely not a baby wrapped up in those.
It's just a bunch of iPhones.
It's just
taped together to look like a baby. That's the thing. Like you see them, they're on like an iPhone X, and you're going, "Fuck off."
Yeah, they're trying to hide their runners.
I can't afford an iPhone X, and
not at all.
It's wow. So we've done Romany Gypsies. We've done 13 minutes in. I like this. But there was an upstairs to the Starbucks, so I can't confirm. There may or may not have been an Asian up there.
Yeah, you need to scope the place out when you see one leave.
The Asians haven't quite taken over Dublin just yet. I mean, there's a big influx of them.
There are a lot of them, so
yeah.
So this might not be. It might not be a very good observation at all. There's just a lot of Asians.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and this is just for the record, I'm saying a cheesy line that's going to sound really racist, but it's a line that's they all look the same. No, I'm not going to say.
Oh,
that was.
But actually, since just to put it out there, I will absolutely rip the piss out of any kind of any culture, including my own.
Yeah.
And I'll totally allow anyone completely discriminate against the Irish, and I won't get offended. So if anyone gets offended by this discriminative podcast,
my listeners do not get offended.
Okay, cool.
No,
look, I'm friends with Asians and English people,
but that's what makes it funny. And that's what makes cuts out racism is ripping the bollocks out, ripping the piss out of each other. Because you're making it ludicrous that there is actually differences in between. You know what I mean? Like it's the people that get weird about it. Then you're like, oh, you had to ruin the game, didn't you? We were all pulling the piss out of each other, and you just ruined it.
Yeah.
But we talked about this the other day. That people have they're professional fucking whingers, like, and they professionally get offended, like.
Yeah. We were talking about.
We were talking about this the other day, and it's just you're like, really? Are you that offended?
It's like when you look at a really funny video on Facebook, you're like, oh, like there's a goat, I don't know, jumping over hay and getting scared and you know that, and you're like, oh, that was so funny, and you look at the comments, and it's a pile of fucking gobshites. I
haven't done in a while because it used to get me angry.
Oh, it drives me mad.
Because it would just, no matter what it is, could be somebody painting a wall and he falls over and paint goes all over him, and you'll see people going, this is a disgrace. Do you not know that people have allergies to paint?
Oh,
you know what I mean? How do you
fuck?
And there's times too you're going, you're a troll for sure. Like you have to be a troll.
It's good. I like troll spotting and actually find them. Now some of the comments are hilarious, especially on really serious videos where you're like, oh god, this is really sad. And then you've got these like absolute jokers coming in.
But the quality though.
Yeah, there's a way of doing it, but those people that just sit on Facebook and wait for those really funny videos that everyone enjoys, and they just want to destroy it for everyone.
Well, there's that. Like, there's a couple of people I know, and I've not defriended them purely because I know they're brilliant whinge bags, and I just want, and I need to keep my knives sharp so that I can spot dickheads.
Yeah.
So I stay and I go, oh, just another thing you happen to be. And it's like they take one rhetoric, say it's it's like the people then nowadays. Well, I'm very right wing, and I believe everything they're right wing. Or I'm very left or whatever. It's like there's a cup, and there's times when you're going, that's a stretch. That's a stretch because there's one or two girls I know, and they're staunch feminists to the point where you're like, oh Jesus Christ, do you know what you're doing now? You're just doing what terrible men did back in the 50s.
Exactly.
Why are you trying to? No, we want to get balance.
It's not equality. It's equality.
Yeah, you're just doing what terrible men did.
Yeah.
Stop fucking with it. Like But I'd say, like, did you? Because I was asking my parents this. That I grew up with no notion of women being any lesser. Because by looking at these people I'm talking about, you would swear to God they were in chains at a fucking sink.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, the women were all strong.
Yeah.
Actually, if anything, stronger in growing up in my life. Like,
and is that an Irish thing? Because I find that women rule the house.
They totally do, which is grand. They're just way better off because. Yeah. Blokes have their attributes, females have their attributes too, and whoever's in between can have whatever they want. Like, but it's like, definitely, I think Irish women, they tend to be better at kind of, well, just a hand. But there's things that you know what I mean, and they tend. I don't know, because I don't really know for any foreign women. I haven't lived with any foreign women, but I would say it's hard. You would go hard in our neighbourhood to find a woman that was browbeaten. Do you know?
Yeah.
Now there was things I remember. All right, they'd be the kind of. I remember like my mother bringing the car or whatever to get serviced, and there would be the kind of, oh, here's the little lady kind of thing. But heaven forbid that they'd actually cross her, because she'd fucking bury you into the ground no matter man or woman. Like, so I never really saw it. It was like, well, there's a woman who would blow your head off.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it was there was no backward step taken. Like,
and it was never. I doubt anything is ever said in a really kind of offensive or derogatory way.
Like,
there's always an element of like, oh,
nothing that's really going to ruin your day.
No, not at all.
Unless you're hypersensitive to these things.
Yeah.
But
I mean, now when it comes to say like if like I've been countless times in clubs where I've been grabbed or groped and stuff.
But those are just gross assholes, like.
And that's not. I mean, and girls do it to guys.
Oh,
girls
yeah.
do it to guys. And I think if a girl does it to a guy, he has the right to turn around and clock them. Like.
Well, this is my argument. We joked about this as well, fighting the other day. Like, is it wrong? How much of a feminist am I if I call you out for a fight?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, if I called you out for a fight, like if
this is equality, boys and girls.
That's another bit I used to do on stage, and you could see people going, "Oh yeah, that's a valid point." If a woman came looking for a scrap, and you actually go, "All right, let's do this."
Yeah. It's like there's the game that the lads, I think some of the dancers are playing, I don't know if you're in on it, where you hold it, you basically put the AOK kind of symbol.
Yeah, and
for the people listening who can't see what I'm doing with my hand.
It's your thumb and your index finger together, and you hide it in certain points. Like if somebody looks directly at it, you get to punch them in the arm.
Yes. And the lads, we're all doing it, but the girls aren't really joining in. Or when we do, the lads are like, oh, like, or if we look at their one, they'll be like, oh, you looked, but they won't punch us. But each time I'm literally like, hit me, like, and I think it was Cronin that did it, and he was actually hit me, and I was like, just punch me, like I want to be in on the game.
Yeah.
And I like, cause I want to be in on it. It's gas crack, but they think like, oh, we're not going to do it because you're a girl.
Well, I'm
like, give me a dig in the arm. I can take it.
I'm not being involved in it.
Oh no!
No, it was just purely because I'm so vicious. Like,
that's what I was going to say. Precautionary reasons.
I didn't. I was going, the lads are playing a game, like, and I was going, I'm too old for that shit in my head. But it was said to me. I think it was Evan that said it to me. No, we're not doing it to you because you'll blow the fucking shoulder clean off us. Like,
yeah.
Like, no, I won't.
That's an absolute lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yes, you would. I'm like, oh yeah, because I do. I love getting giddy with games, but I'm that rough kid. Hey! And I push somebody through a window.
Cry.
Yeah. Right, the game ruined. Tom burst the ball. We're all going home. There's no game.
Like, kicked over the next garden. Like.
Although it's hard to believe. Like, I mean, I was like, even I met a cousin of mine. Well, she'd be like a second cousin, so she's like my dad's first. So she's my dad's age. She was a teacher. She was into she brought 24 kids. So I went out to them.
Cool.
I had a text off an aunt going, "Would you?" I went, "Of course I will." Like, but she was going, "That was amazing." She goes, I'd seen you on the telly and I'd seen all this stuff, but you worked in construction for 10 years. She was going, how is this? And I went, I don't know. Because I think she was more surprised that, like, the softer edge that it takes to be, I suppose, in the performance. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't think I've changed. I definitely have gotten more mannerly. And I've more.
Just for this show?
No, for the entertainment world, because you can't carry yourself the way you do in construction. You just can't.
Oh, of course,
you can't,
yeah.
But it's a much healthier way of thinking because you're angry all the time.
Right. I was like, as if I knew what it was like to work.
It's weird, like your engine is running hot all the time, like especially when you're in management forms. Because I was a civil engineer, so I was running sites and stuff like that. So there is a level of anger running through you all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't really realise it until
you stopped.
Yeah, and I didn't, and it was my now wife kind of just telling me, you're just furious all the time. Like everybody was terrified. Everybody was terrified of me because it was just I blast your head off, and I was really good at roaring and really good at arguing.
Yeah.
So it was like, what? And so you lose. You're going to lose friends. Like if you turn into nobody will want to work with the savage. Like so, I tapered this down, and that's why I was kind of going to the lads, going, no, I'm not rough. Honestly, I'm not rough. And they're going, no, we kind of. So
you're literally not allowed play.
Yeah,
you're not allowed.
Yeah,
play
I'm not allowed to play because you're too rough.
Ah, God.
I've turned it down as much as I possibly can.
Because I'm a feminist and I want equality, I think me and you should be allowed to involve ourselves in the game.
Well, fuck it, yeah.
I think we should totally just join in. Don't even discuss it, just join in. And if they look, just be like, bam.
Yeah.
Equality.
Yeah. But But you even did that really aggro. You went real, yeah, equality, bitch.
Like, man, it feels good to be a gangster.
You're not just standing over him like, yeah, bitch. What now? What do you know about that? What now?
I got 5 on it, bro.
You just flick out a couple of €5 notes on their corpse, just going, yeah, go pie your
What's
pussy.
my name, bitch? What's my name?
Bashing their head off.
Fuck the police coming straight down the underground. Trying to think of what other quotes I can think.
No, that's it. We're far too white for this conversation. We'd gone down a route there that doesn't probably suit us.
No.
Although you're more gangster than I am, definitely.
Do you think I'm gangster?
Yeah,
I think I can fake it till I
can
make
you?
it. Yeah.
I do. I think you definitely. Well, you all do. You've all a bit more sass. I'm learning the sass.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. It's sass.
You come out with some sassy lines every now and then, though.
Do I?
Oh yeah. Don't ask me to think of any right now. But yeah, you've got like
wow.
Whether it be like we always like a little sly sassy dig.
Oh no,
there's digs, but you've hit me with a few sassy digs.
Yeah. I suppose I have. Yeah. But then that's my job nowadays is being constantly on point, constantly on point. So I've now channeled my anger into more always have the gun loaded for soon as. Although Leanne actually hit us. I think we passed Leanne's dressing room today, and Leanne is like crystal white. You know what I mean? She is as clear as the rivers, right? And we were walking past, and Dayl said something. She was just doing her makeup or whatever, but she was all in her white gown and everything. Hello, boys and girls. And we watched, and he goes, "Fucking Leanne Moore one." And I went, "Yeah, what a wagon." And she went, "Couple of cunts." I just turned her back. It was, and I mean, she had volleyed that ball back over the net to us before, and just game set match. Two of us were just like, oh! It was like a teacher saying it to you. You didn't know. Did Leanne Moore just call us a couple of cunts? And it was just a couple of cunts.
Like a dog on its hind legs.
Oh, it was glorious.
I love when Leanne comes out with stuff like that, because you're like, what? But she's the same with me, because like I've known Leanne, I suppose, since I was little, and I was like more kind of innocent, and you're like, well, I still am innocent. But so like if I say anything relatively like advanced.
Advanced? What of your age is what you're saying?
No, like I suppose Leanne just doesn't want to like hear about, I don't know, any like if I'm like talking about my boyfriend or something, she's like no, she's like, you're Hayley Jo, that doesn't happen, you're not. She's all like, or if I say something like mess, and she's like, Hey Jo, you don't say that, and she's literally like freaks out.
Well, it's like it's like listening to your little sister.
She's like, that's what it is. I think about this, and same with her, because she's so like, she's always so poised and very ladylike. So when she says something, I fucking howl. Like, it makes my day.
Yeah, it's absolutely. You're enjoying it so far.
Oh, I'm absolutely loving it.
It's good. It's a good gang, though, isn't it? Like and the wheels haven't come off the wagon with anybody's temper or anything yet, or nobody's fallen out.
And actually, in notes, either David or Robert, someone said, he was like, everyone's personalities are gelling together so well. I think on stage, but I think it's because of off stage, how we're all. Yeah, like it's a really chilled out kind of vibe, and
because you would have been in millions of these, like, and
and there can be divides and fallout. So there's always maybe two characters that just don't mesh well together, and it causes like a little bit, or like not even that. Everyone could get along, but not necessarily hang out or really socialize. Where here we're like absolutely like on top of each other all the time, but we want to be nearly.
It's great. Yeah, I found that there's no weirdness. Like you have to go, hello. Do you know that weirdness when you walk in going, it's like, hello, good to see you, and it's.
Hey, are you feeling all right today?
Like,
it
was glorious when like Leanne Moore called us a couple of cunts today. Do you know what I mean? Like that was the level we're at, where Leanne Moore can say that, and it was like. Yes, we are.
But I feel like we were nearly like almost too comfortable with each other on the third day of rehearsals. Like it seemed everything happened very quickly, and we all like, oh look,
oh look who it is.
He's going to try and
DC himself outside.
DC,
huh? Fair play to him.
Where's he off to?
Sure, he's off to probably eat a cheese sandwich. God almighty, that man loves his cheese sandwiches.
Does he?
He's like fucking Paddington and his marmalade sandwiches.
I haven't seen him eat a cheese sandwich once, and I'm living with him. I literally have not seen him eat one cheese sandwich. Oh wait, sorry, I totally just I made him a cheese sandwich.
There you go.
Basically, he was living in my house, before. In
Oh,
rehearsals.
yeah.
Him and Evan were living in my house, and they were like me and my mum would be quite hospitable. They came in and we made sure the room was all ready for them, and we had food in the fridge for them. So at night time they had their dinner. Like all made for them and stuff, and then in the mornings I'm always
because I saw him with a lunchbox there coming in. I was like, who made that? He goes, Hayley Jo.
Yeah, I made Dayl and Evan their lunches for like 3 days in a row in rehearsals, and made their sandwiches, and Evan was just ham and butter, nothing else.
Right.
And Dayl was just cheese and butter, nothing else. Nothing else. Do you want a bit of mayo? No. Do you want a bit like lettuce? Okay. Ham, like meat, or what do you want? Cheese. Just cheese. So
simple man.
Yeah.
He loves his cheese sandwiches, so he does. He has said it, he goes, I could survive just on cheese sandwiches.
Really? Well, I feel like that's because he can't really make anything else.
Yeah,
he had to wait until I got back one of the nights because he didn't know how to turn the cooker on or the hob.
I had to take him shopping the other day.
So, yeah, I mean it's like a full-time job. Who's passing him on?
He's our child.
Yeah, literally. Like, Tom, do you have him today? Yeah.
Yeah, I have him today. My nipples are in bits. I was breastfeeding him all morning.
He's got a bit of a rash now, you better keep an eye on that.
Man, can he fucking dance though?
Oh, he can dance.
Do you know what I mean? Whatever, you can substitute. Even Robert Kelly doesn't give many fucking compliments, but by God, he's the producer of the show and he doesn't give many compliments.
Yeah.
He's a hardened Scottish man who is nice and good crack, but he doesn't give. But even he went, Mother of Jesus, boy, you can dance.
Yeah, that's some dancing.
You can fucking
and
dance.
it's like, it's real, like, God loves it. Like, the amount of time I just don't take him seriously. I'm like, yeah, like, he starts that routine and I'm fangirling. I'm like,
me too.
Like, all hail,
every
like,
single minute of it.
down.
Yeah, every single minute. Now also credit has to be given to Zoe Talbot as well.
Zoe Talbot is like, she is
just in
dynamite.
Tune. She's in tune. Like,
I call it, she's just a little rocket.
I think they have stripes on their suits, neon stripes or fluorescent stripes on their suits. I think they need to make the whole suit, light them up.
Yes.
Put bulbs in the fucking thing and everything.
Just like, they're awesome. Like, it's like, and you know,
you can be guaranteed no other panto has. I don't give a shit what fucking takes and whatever money they've thrown at something. Nobody can do a backflip like that.
No one can do a backflip like that. And just for that, and they have to do that twice a day, every day. Nail those lifts, and like they're tricky lifts.
And peg it off and get their costume back on.
Yeah. Like, and like Zoe learned that routine in like an hour.
What?
She learned that routine in an hour and did it in like that day. I think they had 45 minutes to an hour with Erica. Zoe learnt it all, and that day did it full out in the run in rehearsal.
Mother of divine
and
Jesus.
Bloody nailed it. She's actually a machine. Like,
that's the thing. That's something that does fascinate me, and it doesn't matter what you can do. I'm fascinated by people that are class at whatever they do. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, Jesus Christ, what made you... Because I'm the world's biggest bluffer, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a chancer. I'm a bit of a chancer.
I'm the only one in the band who can't sing or dance. Can't sing or dance.
You've chanced your way to the top.
Yeah.
But that's something to be totally proud of.
Okay, maybe I'm a really good fucking bluffer.
You're a great bluffer and chancer.
Yeah. But it does fascinate me when I see, like, you're looking at that going, not in a million fucking years could I do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the dedication to put the time in, like, but also I don't think physically I could have.
But now, Tom, I would have thought that you could give it a good bash because of your background in martial arts.
Maybe I could, yeah. Like, even I pulled off an I'll move today and Dayl had to do a double take. But, oh, hello.
That's right, you did it again, right?
You went, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. What was that there?
So, you don't write yourself
maybe
off.
I've just never danced. I've never done dancey things, like.
Yeah.
And last year, for every single dance number, I was in a load of dance numbers last year, but I was with Carl Spain and we were a duo.
Okay.
So it's kind of, it didn't, yeah, it wasn't great.
No. I didn't get
Belinda did her best with us, but you know what I mean, like. It was...
But, I mean, Neon Blue, you do give that a good shot. I mean, you nail that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's no sarcasm. Like, that's like, I mean, it's great.
Well, once I don't look out of place, again, once I can kind of fit in and not look out of place, like. But it is, but your singing is fucking class. But is it tough pulling that out?
Yeah.
Like, so many different styles of songs, and then like, it's not like you're just going out to be a singer. You actually got to be acting, dancing. You know what I mean? You're in a costume. You're projecting to a room of vastly different people. So it's not like fucking a singer who walks out to what they know is their audience is a bunch of grannies, and they want one style off you and one style only.
Yeah, and you train because your voice is like my voice would be trained more, I guess, in I don't know, maybe legit musical theatre. So more kind of in the You know, the musical
Les Mis.
Carousel.
Okay.
And, well, no, Les Mis, I suppose contemporary legit.
Okay, yeah,
where
yeah.
the new musicals now, where everything is very...
Like Mamma Mia. Is that would that be contemporary?
Yeah, that would be contemporary.
Up to the 80s.
But to be honest, I don't really know I don't know who I am. I don't know where I belong.
Jesus Christ, we've gotten into this is a whole different podcast. Get out the notebook there.
How long have we got? Because this is just
I don't know who I am.
Open Pandora's box.
Isn't that every actor really like?
I knew
every
a girl
performer.
called Pandora once. Never got to see her box though.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope you didn't. Well, no, actually, do you know what? It's totally okay if you didn't, or if you did want to see it. That's
Yeah, because
there
this
are
day and age.
like there's a lot of male homosexuals in the panto and theatrical world.
Yes.
But is there many female homosexuals?
I think.
Is there?
Now, I think it's still, for some reason, it's still quite taboo. Like,
is it?
to be a lesbian? Yeah, no, I think it is. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
straight,
what? You're right. I think
so. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But I feel like, if someone says I don't feel I'm not like this, but if you say someone oh no, like they're gay, like oh right, if it's a boy, but if it's a girl, they're gay.
she's
they're like,
a lesbian.
oh really?
Yeah.
And it's almost
yeah.
weirder for people still.
Which, yeah.
But with the way the pop industry is going, especially with music videos and stuff, they're showing a lot more girl on girl stuff.
Yeah, but
You
I
know?
think I don't think that's a representative of the gay community. I think that's to fucking get young boys going fucking crazy.
That's true. You're not wrong.
You know what I mean?
But I do think in the industry, it's nearly kind of cool for it to be like bisexual. It's kind of like
oh, totally. Like you see the gender fluidity, like and all the
Yeah,
rest of it.
yeah.
Like, it's like, well, today I'm a bunny rabbit. Oh, sure you are. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. It's like, I mean, Alan Cottrell, one of the dancers in the panto, we went to Domino's last night, and we were in Domino's, and they were asking for our names. It was all different orders, and I was like, oh, and it's Hayley, and Alan said, oh, the name is Cottrell, and he was like, oh, how do you spell that? And he went, actually, just write down Kim.
Oh, from Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
But he didn't. None of us really laughed because we kind of call him Kim Cattrall sometimes. So he was like, "Oh, could you just put Kim?" And the guy was like, "Kim, yeah, okay." And he wrote down Kim. And when he left, the guy went, "Is that actually his name?" And I went, "Oh no!" And I was like, I wanted to be like, "Yeah, like what's the problem?" But because like, and on one hand, it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that guy saying is that actually his name. But should it be weird now? You kind of have to go, okay, that's your name, yeah.
In Asia, Kim would be a man's name.
Yeah.
You know, so and then you go to somewhere in Wales. It's very popular to name your boy Kelly.
Oh really?
Yeah. There's a few fellas that played for even
okay.
in Scotland as well. There's a few fellas that, and your man, the Manic Street Preachers, lead singer is Kelly. Kelly
Is
Jones.
it?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be you can go. Yeah, I suppose, but. Jeez, we've gone off the track altogether, haven't we?
Yeah. I don't know how taboo lesbian, gay dancers.
You know, but then I suppose maybe it doesn't attract. Like it's like there's no like becoming like joining a panto doesn't turn you gay.
Yeah.
But it does seem to lend the softer spirit.
Definitely the flamboyancy of
and the flamboyancy
musical
of it,
theatre and everything. It's all razzmatazz and
don't get me wrong. There's plenty of tough blokes, gays out there too. You know, who'd be very masculine and all the rest of it. But you know,
but the ones that are
again, I don't know why I'm apologising to my listeners. They're all grand. Most of them are probably driving a digger right now with the earphones in. Like this is this is the sort of people that listen to me.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's like it's the whole kind of fabulousness of musical theatre and the sequence and the glitz is going to attract the gay men who are all about that. They're going to flock towards
that's
this.
A far better put than I did. Yeah.
And so I think, and it is. That's why they have these icons like Barbra Streisand and Bette Midler and all these. And I can't think of another one, but
Kylie Minogue. They love Kylie Minogue.
Yeah. All those kind of icons that are like. That have gone through either the musical thing or the showgirl glitz and glamour thing. So that's how it attracts.
Was there any chance you were ever going to do anything other than be in theatre?
No. Not even a glimmer of it. Like
no,
not at all. I didn't like.
Everybody related you, as we talked about in the last podcast, and even we've chatted about everybody related you stuck in. So there's no breaking stuff.
And I was never forced into it. It was just all I knew. So when I started in school, I found it really weird that no one else went to dance class or went to rehearsals with their mum. Or like watched a dance rehearsal or had someone rehearsing in their kitchen. Like, I was like, wait, that doesn't happen to everyone? Like, fuck. Dayl Cronin's after scaring the shit out of me. Holy shit. But and I was telling him last night as well how, like, basically I didn't go to school. I hated school. And then doing normal people are like, oh, I hated school. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, but that everyone says that to be cool. I genuinely hated it. I'd have panic attacks about going in.
Did you hate it for the reason that you're like, this is so not for me?
Yeah, I didn't understand why I was being forced to do something that I didn't even like, I didn't enjoy, I had no interest in. It wasn't going to benefit me or my life in any way. I couldn't comprehend it. I was like, why? But why are you making me do this? Why do I have to do these subjects? Yeah. Like, why do I have to do geography? I don't want to do it. Why do I need to do history? Why do I need to do French? I don't want to do it. Like, why are you making me do it?
You know, like a lot of the boy bands and girl bands and stuff of the 90s and stuff that I was reading, that I think, like, a lot of them, they went to, like, stage school. Like, a performance school.
Like Brit School, like Ed Sheeran and Adele and all went to Brit School.
Yeah. Is that called Brit School?
There's Brit School, right. And then there's like Sylvia Young as well as a really big one.
Do they have one of those here in Ireland?
I think Barry would be quite.
But don't they go to a school? Like 5 days a week, they go to a school.
Yes, because in A levels you can choose to do performing arts.
That must be it.
Yeah.
So after the junior cert for all the world,
yes,
you could do performance work.
There was something up recently. There was an article up that they are introducing PE and dance into the Leaving Cert as subjects.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know when it's coming in, but that one I didn't like PE when I was in school, but I did like I loved music. I did really well in music and English because I loved.
Funny that.
Why did I actually?
Jesus, it would have been some crying shame if you shit the bed at the music.
I know, yeah. I like, and I did not. So when I say I've never studied a day in my life, like I've never studied. I used to just leave my books in my locker all the time. Never brought my books home because my bag was just too heavy. I just didn't want to carry home.
The fact that I got into college was a fucking miracle. Yeah. I was already teed up because I was captain of a rugby team and we were a really successful year, and the principal had offered me 500 quid a week to fail the Leaving Cert and come back, and I went, well look, I'm going to totally fail it anyway. So I don't even have to I'm just doing nothing. I was a total shame to my parents didn't mind because my sisters were class. They were really good, like, but the teachers were all rage with me because I wasn't following my sisters into science and stuff, like, because they were winning shit all over, like Young Scientist of the Year and stuff. And I was like, what? All I want to do is play rugby. Can I not just fucking play rugby and have the crack? And they were, and he was offering me money to fail. Look, he kind of went, I'm not telling you to pay, but if you did. And I remember how he said it was, a teacher, I was in metalwork class, and a teacher that was watching what I was doing because I was on this machine, he went, that's right, Mr. Cullen. I would be an awful shame if Tom was to accept a couple of €100 to fail the Leaving Cert to come back next year and captain the rugby team to another success. Because it was good for the school. I went, this is where we were going, so is it? Yeah. Because it was quite. And then I passed and actually got civil engineering with my buddies. I was like, how the fuck did this? Somebody is faking this on my behalf. There's no way. Yeah. I could speak German some bit. Yeah. But my metalwork and woodwork would be the only things that carried me through. Yeah. But the fact that I got fucking through.
But like, was it still a thing where if you fail maths, you fail your whole Leaving Cert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I failed maths.
2 seconds.
What?
Can I have a key? I don't have
You've no key.
Oh, Dayl.
Yeah.
I let you talk there for a second. I need a fucking key for a feast today.
Well, how did you end up outside?
Climb in the window. Go on, climb in the window.
Oh, look at this.
Come on, you're a b-boy.
Oh, he's going to eat the nuts off himself.
Well, hey, that was clean.
Well done.
I went out to my car to get something and my mum rang me and then I forgot what I wanted in the car.
He was at that window for like
10 minutes.
Over 10 minutes.
We didn't want to interrupt.
I just decided to not even acknowledge it.
That sound.
Yeah,
but I'm just not even going to look at them.
This is the beauty of podcasting. Fuck you. Did you know Dayl before this?
Excuse me, no.
Did you think he was going to be such a culture?
No, I didn't even know where he was from.
Right.
Like, I knew he was in hometown because my dad was obviously their sound engineer. And I met Dayl about 3 years ago. I went to see the Olympia Panto when Hometown were in it. And I brought all my friends from London over.
Right.
And because I knew one of the guys, Dean Gibbons, in the band, I went to stage school with him. So we went and met Hometown afterwards, and I was like chatting to Dean. I was like, guys, can we get a photo with you before you know, kind of blow up and all.
Yeah. So you can say whatever you want. You saw what I'd done to him already in the panto. What they've allowed me to put in. Like.
So hometown jokes are totally allowed. But so yeah, we got a photo with him, and in the photo, I don't think I introduced myself to Dayl, but in the photo, I'm stood right beside Dayl.
Oh,
and it's so weird
that you ended up becoming the prince and princess in this.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
And it was
That's
only
uncanny.
when on the first day, or I don't know whether it was after we were talking, and I was like, Dayl, I think I came into the panto and I was doing all this, and I was like, we got a photo actually with Hometown, so I'm going to find the photo, and I sent it to him. I was like, I'm actually sitting right beside you in this photo. How weird is that? So the first day I met him was the first day that you met him.
Jesus.
On the photo shoot. Because I properly met him.
I think, although people have pointed out that his accent has already gotten thicker with me around the place.
It's definitely getting thicker.
It is me,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Because it wasn't that thick.
No, because Leanne said it to us at the photo shoot the day we went down to him. She goes, Dayl, where are you from? Relative to Tom. He goes, about 10 minutes away from him. And in the country as well.
Yeah.
And she went, but how come your accent is so much softer and Tom's so much thicker? And it was an easy explanation. He had softened his for his persona.
Yeah.
I had thickened mine for my persona because I can go one of two. Because I found this in comedy a couple of years back. There definitely is a prejudice. Well, you wouldn't have it because you're a very open-minded person, but there definitely is a prejudice to country folk, and everybody's country. But
now I am from Dublin.
That's what I mean. There just is in Dublin. There is very much, and there just is, and not everybody at all. Like my wife is from Dublin, but it's you do find it. You just do find a prejudice. You can totally see it. So I was going to go one. You can go one of two ways. You can soften it out, and a lot of lads just kind of brush off where they're from and go, "Well, I'm from a generic. This is me."
Yeah.
But I thought, do you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm going to ramp this up, and I'm going to talk openly about hunting. I'm going to wear green real tree camo. I'm going to freak people out and back myself to the hilt on this one.
Yeah.
And it just came so much more naturally.
The more, because then you're more likable. The more real you are to who you are.
It creeps people out at the beginning, though. You can see it. Like, Jesus Christ, this guy's laying it all out in the line, like every bit of him, because there is nothing to hide. Like,
yeah, that's so much better though. Because I don't know whether I said it in the last one, but people know when you're not being genuine. The untrained eye and punters know.
They do, yeah.
That's what people like. Do you know when people say, "Oh, I didn't like your one that played Cinderella"? Say,
yeah.
And they're like, I don't
which
know what
nobody's going to say, by the way. You're adorable.
Just hypothetically speaking.
Big pat in the back for yourself there.
Hypothetical. But yeah, and they're like, I can't put my finger on it. There was just something about her. I just couldn't warm to her.
Yeah.
And it would be totally because you're playing it false. Like you're they're obviously in panto. You are a little bit fake, and I think
you're hamming it up a bit. Like, you are acting.
And I've totally seen people in musicals and professionals that I've gone, oh, you're doing it. You're way too at musical theatre. You're way too fake. Fake. You need to mix it with some realness, with some straight acting.
Well, this goes back to what you said, in that too, life, it's much easier to walk out on stage and chat to you or Dayl or whatever in acting form when we're getting on powerful off stage. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, look, the warmth. These people are warm to look at. Like, and I found that I was writing jokes at one point, and it ties in exactly with it, that I thought people would find funny, and they were. But then I just started fucking going, when I started getting more comfortable, and it takes about 5 years really to get into your own skin. Yeah. And a lot of gigging. And by the time you're in your own skin and people kind of start to know what to expect from you, I found myself going, you know what? I'm going to just write shit that I find really funny. Yeah. And let's see what happens. And I still crack up sometimes because it comes out in different ways. I'm going, and I'm probably laughing for a different reason. Going, I can't believe I said this in open public, or I can't believe I'm getting paid to stand up here. And they basically vent. Yeah. And people are just bored. And it was said to me, you look like you're having some crack up there. Yeah. And I go, I fucking am. I love this shit. Like, I love it. Yeah.
Because it's coming from your personal humour.
Yeah. And people are getting on board and going, and this is what the podcast is too. Almost everybody that listens to this, I get no complaints. Yeah. Zero. All I'll get is like lads Snapchatting me going, class. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It got me in the morning. Because they're the kind of people, and it's the kind of people I tend to interview too. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like there's been one or two interviews where I didn't know the person prior, and they've worked out all right. They've worked out fine. Because I recognise and I go, okay, well, this is the kind of person I do want to talk to, and we just get to know each other throughout the podcast. But it's always easier when it's a buddy beforehand. Yeah. Do you know that kind of way? And you're going, oh, I definitely want to podcast with this person. Yeah. But it is enforced. I haven't had a podcast yet where there's been, oh, so and you're looking at the clock going, so how long have we done
yeah.
here? Like, you know what I mean? There hasn't been yet. I'm sure I will. Sure I will. But
because I heard about. I know Joe Rogan talks about it in one of his podcasts. I don't know who he's interviewing, and someone asks him like, "What was there?" There was one in particular, and I don't. He doesn't say who it was that he could never release because it was so shite.
I tell a lie. There is one that I can't. I can't release.
Really?
Yeah, it went off the fucking rails inside 45 seconds.
As in arguing
no,
or
no.
bad, offensive?
No, not. It was just no. It just can't. It just can't. It wouldn't suit the person either if I did it it wouldn't benefit them in any way. I guarantee you now I'm going to get messages going, oh, the fuck would you put that thing out?
Oh,
I can't. Like, I can't.
Right.
It wasn't in a good context
Can
at
you
all.
send it to me so I can listen to it?
I have it on the hard drive. I'll play it for you tomorrow.
Alright, okay. Great.
It's just it goes off the rail. It's there. I'll tell you, there's no crack in it. You will listen to going, oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not good crack, and that's the whole idea. I'm not going to have a comedian's podcast and talk about, well, do you know, socioeconomic reasons behind, it's to be crack, and that's why I didn't pick a theme of a podcast. You know what I mean? Where there's ones where, like Charles Regan's is Irishman abroad, which makes perfect sense. He's living in London, so it's Irish people, or there's the conspiracy guys, and that's why they get massive listenership because there's a tag.
Yeah.
The tag is me at the minute.
Yeah.
So, and I don't, like my listeners, it will get to a certain point. Hopefully, they're building all the time, like, and it will get to a point where hopefully I have tens and tens of thousands of downloads. But they have to buy into you as a comedian first, like, and it's class that already there's a lot of people who go, oh no, I definitely want to listen to this fucker.
Yeah.
And I want to listen to who he finds interesting, because chances are we'd all sit down and have pints together, grand, and that's kind of the way. I would have pints with anybody on our cast.
Oh yeah, totally.
Not a bother. Anybody on the cast.
There's not one person who I'd say I'm afraid to be left in a room with. As in, do you know what? If someone leaves the room and you're left in a room with someone that you're like,
just
what
gets
the
awkward.
fuck do I say? I don't know how to talk to these people.
Yeah.
Not one person in cast or crew or creative team, like not one.
There's actually, and I almost hate saying this, because you always want to have an old whinge, especially on the podcast. You go, do you know there's an old cunt? Or next year to talk about, do you know who was a cunt all along?
Yeah, but so far there's not.
No.
I mean, there's time. There's still time. I mean, the show hasn't even opened yet.
I said that to Robert Kelly. I was like, what? Because he was talking, he goes, it's going good this morning now. And there's an actually, because I read, like, I fought for years in singles, obviously, competition. You can't fight in fucking doubles. Like, which I think would be amazing to watch.
Wow.
If you're fighting in doubles.
Yeah.
That'd be just a big scrap. And I enjoyed martial arts and all the rest, but I always adored team sports, because you're pulling together as a team, like, I just feel more comfort in it, like, and that's something about stand-up comedy is kind of weird in that sense. There's almost no camaraderie. There's very little, because people are just neurotic about their material, and it's no slight. You still get on with lads, and you get on powerful with lads, but you don't go into war together. We're going all into war together on stage. But you're not. You're all on your own. So you have to become. So that's the only side of whatchamacallit that bothers me a small bit. Like this is class, because, but this I'm getting properly spoiled. Like last year was good crack, right? Yeah. And we probably didn't gel, or I wasn't maybe mentally available to gel, because I'm still learning. Fucking everything was coming at me on 100 miles an hour. This year I'm much more comfortable and confident.
Yeah, you know the ropes now.
I know the terminology at the very least. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Alright, beginners, that means we're about to go, is it? Right, so there's not the shock to the system every time. But this year's, if this was somebody's first ever time doing a fucking panto, the one that we're doing, you'd be spoiled rotten. Yeah. You'd be spoiled rotten. It's so well written. There's such
you're handed everything.
There's a class cast, and even if like things are tweaked, I love how it's been tweaked. It's like, let's squeeze the last of the classness out of this, not just go, it's good enough, and not in a dictatorship way. It seems to be like, do you know what would be class there? Yeah. Do you know what would be deadly there if you stuck that in?
It's just constantly
evolving.
I love
that. I love that, because that's how I write jokes, is just pull out all the words that aren't needed, because if the joke, because lads sometimes trying to fill a situation with stuff. And if the joke isn't quality enough, then you shouldn't be telling it. Take out all the words that aren't needed. And you see really smart people in the audience go, oh, I love how you got to that term, you got to that wording with that. And that seems to be how this panto is going.
Because sometimes I watch you, and it's like, you do it brilliantly, where you might be like, we might be all kind of standing around going, that line's not really working, and you just go, okay, how about you need maybe this kind of idea, and you kind of form it. It's like, you have this one stab, you go, it needs to be something along the lines that sounds like this word. Okay, let's think of like, and you like brainstorm it as you're standing there.
I love it.
And all of a sudden you have this hilarious idea that David just goes, yeah, we found it, that's it.
It's beautiful, like, and that's the, and what I love is there's nobody going, now this is probably the lunatic. No, I that's all I fucking think about.
Yeah,
that's all I think about is how can we make it funnier.
Yeah,
watching how Davey's operating, I sincerely would love a go at his job.
Yeah,
I would love, if they want me, like, I would love them to hand me a package and then go and consultation and go, so this is what we've got, Tom.
Yeah.
How can we make it fucking ridiculously fun?
Yeah.
And then I'd go and meet the people that we're talking about, go, do you know what would work good for you?
Yeah.
Because I watch comedy like a fucking psychopath. Like, I'm watching it through every vein in their hands, everything. Going, do you know? And there's when you watch somebody who's getting it so class. The same way you can hear a singer, you go, oh, they've got such control there.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the same thing with joke telling and how to make things funny. Like, so when Davey throws me something, it's like meat to a dog. I'm going, yes, give me more consultation. But I never want to overstep the bounds either, like, because obviously it's my second year doing a panto. Like, I've done all right in that I've gotten straight into this panto. It's not bad, sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. They asked me fucking back.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think it is, and that's Davey's great with. He's got huge respect for you as an actor with everyone in the cast.
Yeah,
like how he speaks to you, how he treats us, and if the minute you say, I don't really feel right, there's something not landing here, like, there's something, what's going on, and he'll be like, okay, let's sort it out. And he's got massive patience and like massive respect.
Well, he's already got, before, by the time you've already said that, he's got 3 options for you to get out of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're like, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Do you know? And that's like, even I just put my hand up and he was like, yeah, ready to take a pen and write down, and you're like, oh wow,
he's on your level. Yeah, there's not this hierarchy or sense of authority where we need to be like,
we already started talking this morning about after this, like, we have to write something, is what are you thinking? And I have a sitcom idea already that's fairly strong. I think it's fairly strong, and I just gave him the bare bones and was like, I fucking love that, nobody's done that yet. So it's like, what do you think? So, because it was just, I like his brain and the way it works. Yeah. And it's so fast, you're not going to be
because there's so much that he's been wanting to do.
This is Davey Gorman, by the way, the director of... It's Davey Gorman, isn't it? No, it's not Davey Gorman, it's Tommy Gorman is our sound guy. Yeah. It's
David
Kelleher.
Yeah. He's... oh, shit, what was I going to say? He's... there's so many things, but because it's a kid's show... that he can't do.
Oh my god!
The ideas that he came up with, that we were literally like,
I know you were behind the curtain the other night, but when we were doing the test, at the end of every at the end of the panto, there's 2 characters, myself and soon to be on the podcast, Richie Hayes. We step out front and we give the cast time to get into their finale costumes by singing songs with them and saying hello to them and having banter back and forth. And to get the timing of that, we didn't have any kids in front of us at a whatchamacallit the other night. We went out. Do you remember that? We went out, just shot the shit. And it was some of the most grotesque adult humour. And it was even Richie was looking at me going, Jesus Christ, have you done this before? And I was like, yeah, this is my realm. Let me go. And Davey, you can see Davey was just walking up along, and next thing he turned around, he sat middle and just started going like he was at a gig.
Like,
this is what I want. And he went, about 98% of that would stay in if I had my way. Like, but obviously none of it could stay in because it was fucking foul. Every bit of it was some of the most horrendous stuff you'll ever hear. Like. Yeah. But it was. I find too, it makes it life very easy when a guy is already. He'd be a good actor.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He can just.
I'd say he's
He awesome. Just turns it on just to give you the example of what he's talking about. So it's not. He doesn't have to spell it out in any other way. He can, because you can't. Even Dayl, I remember right at the beginning, Dayl went, Jesus Christ, can you just do my role altogether? And I just.
He could play any role.
Yeah, any role.
He could play every one of our roles in the panto.
Like, he walked in this morning and started. We were talking about, because this is the chat we had about. The sitcom, and it's based in the countryside, country village based, but not as twee as Kilnascully, shall we say? Like, okay. But he was liking the concept of how I got to the country and all the rest of it. But he was saying it's because there's countryisms that just people would blow people's fucking mind. And he had this. This is a genuine story from a friend of his who was up in Navan. And he had the Navan accent on the money. I mean, he was talking about this. There's snow for Shay and there. There's 20 years, and he was talking about this very sad situation. This lad horrid sad. The 20-year-old lad put a gun to his head. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he'd 400 head of cattle at home. That was the horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's what he was saying. The horror wasn't that the poor lad had depression and shot himself. It was that he'd 400 cattle.
He left all that behind.
And when they went up to the wake, there was fuck all sandwiches. This is the horror of the story.
Yeah.
Yes, he had killed himself, but the horror on the side of it was, and you're not, you know.
Yeah.
But he had the accent on it, so it'd be somewhere down the line. I'm going to get him on the podcast as well. Somewhere down the line.
You have to. I will. I'd love to listen to that.
Yeah, that'll be a quality one. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to set aside an entire evening, and I'd imagine it would probably do well over a couple of beers.
Oh, definitely.
Find a snug somewhere in some bar.
Yeah.
He's like, that's a man for the snug and a cup and table service.
Absolutely.
That's what that is like.
Yeah,
because you
definitely.
know the crack he has. Because he's a story for everything. Every time you ask it, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, I look forward to that one. But and just to finish on like Navan people, because I feel like I've slagged off other.
Yeah, you blasted
Navan
everybody.
people have the weirdest, shittest senses of humour. I just feel like they don't. It's just weird, and I don't get it. I don't think they're funny. And they're just like, because basically my mum's husband Colin is from Navan, and
you just shot Tommy Tiernan and Dylan Moore in that Black Books.
Oh,
yeah.
They were in my stepdad's school.
Were they?
Yeah, and Hector.
And Hector as well.
They were on. Oh yeah, they're really funny. But not comedians. Comedians, not them.
No, I'll give you
normal.
I'll give you your dues. I was doing a gig there a couple of weeks ago. Now they weren't my audience. I was opening for Deirdre O'Kane, so you can guess what the audience were. They were middle class, wine drinking, middle aged women.
Yeah.
Right? So when I'm walking out the stage, I go, "What's up, bitches?" You know, and I did it on purpose. I came to them. I would never open with bitches. I would never say it, but I just came out and go, "Sup, bitches," just so I can see their. And I did it in a silly voice as well, just so I could see their.
And how did they react?
Oh, there was a load of women that got it, but they were in one little clatter. They were one little gang together, and they were. He's clearly being ironic here.
Yeah.
Because we're all not bitches.
Not
But the people who weren't ready, who weren't comedy club goers, who went. He is genuinely thinking I'm a bitch right now.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
How disrespectful.
Yeah, you're like, no, we're at a comedy club. I'm speaking to nobody at all. I'm just saying silly words.
I can't see you. I don't know you.
But the whole thing is to say something like that is just go, right, we're all awake.
Yeah.
That word was to nobody. That is gone to the ether. That word is just to get us all awake, and now we're away to the races.
Yes.
And I didn't have to say it to that group of women. But the rest, and there was a lot of men there too, but you could see they clearly did not.
Yeah.
They were like, what? He's definitely calling all of us bitches.
Yeah.
And all the lads were like, yeah, he called you all bitches. And you're going, no.
Yeah.
Look, see the way they all got.
And this is Navan.
Yeah. But I think there are a lot.
I love Navan people, and I go and visit like my stepdad's family.
Do not backtrack here now. I want you to commit to what you're saying.
They're absolutely awesome, and I think I do. They are like the best laugh. I love them all, but we'd be like sat there in the kitchen, like me, my mum, and Colin, and me and my mum would be talking about something, and Colin would be like, "Make me tea," and absolutely piss himself laughing at himself.
Yeah, no, there's definitely parts of the country where
that wasn't even funny. What are you talking like? And in his house, around his family and stuff, they have these jokes like, and they'll say something to each other that is no way funny at all.
Yeah,
and they are breaking their shite laughing, and me and my mum are looking at each other going like, we need to get out of here. Like, this really is.
There definitely is. There's little pockets of places around the country, and as a comedian, it's tough to get in underneath their skin, like, to get in there, because you can throw out the general stuff in most places, but there's times where you go, and there should be nearly a fucking map laid out, because there are certain places you go to, and Pat McDonald do you remember Father Ted? He was Owen McLove. You know, I love my man, me jump first. I know Willie.
Yes.
You know, Pat, we had this discussion on the podcast about once you go outside certain districts of urbanism to certain parts, they're brilliant. But then he says, I don't know what the recipe is, and I've been doing stand-up 25 years. Yeah. But there's definitely a recipe, and you'll find it. He goes, you'll go to places, and they are not at the fucking races. But then, see, these are the people that will make internet stars very funny or
Yeah.
very, very famous. Because you and I will look at it from a performance point of view and go, what is that piece of shit I just watched for the
Yeah.
last 70 seconds? Because they're normally shot, you know,
Yeah.
that is the worst shit I've ever seen. And it'll be like 1.4 million.
Yeah.
And you go, what? How the fuck?
How did I go? Yeah.
What the fuck was that? But it's those, that's the sense of humour, like that.
Yeah.
You know what
it's
I
like,
mean?
Like Crystal Swing followers.
Yeah, and those, look, there are horses for courses. This is the thing. I used to be very snobby, going, what?
Yeah, yeah.
But then I've done gigs where those people have been there, and they were, you know what I mean. You go, oh, everybody deserves to have their own thing.
Yeah.
So it is. There's a level of snobbiness that once upon a time would have went, you're all fucking inbred. And I'm from the back. I'm from the backwoods, so I can't. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, everybody deserves their own. They deserve their own. You know what I mean? It's like music. Clearly there are people into Neil Diamond who would hate Beyonce.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because I'm as someone who does that. If someone doesn't like a band that I like or something that, and my music taste is very strange, and it's, I don't know, it's bizarre, really weird music taste. But if they don't like something, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Have you like listened to it?
It's insulting you. It's
like, if you don't enjoy that music, then you don't know music. And I'm like, I'll put up my hands and say I'm an absolute snob like that.
But I don't think it's to do with actual snobbery, because you know what I mean. You've never worked in the music production business, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or you've never been Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
I think music is so personal, especially to somebody who can fucking sing and actually does sing for a living. Music would be so personal. Like, music isn't personal to me. I like listening to music, and I make no bones about the fact that I like old school country music. Yeah. Do you know, I like Willie Nelson, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I'm a huge fan of Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
And people will be looking at me, you talk, and they'll name some rapper, and I'm like, dude, I was listening to NWA when I was 12. Trust me, I have a broad sense of it. I appreciate what you're talking about. But because I like, you know what I mean? And it's but I don't feel personally invested. I'm going, relax yourself. Relax. If you don't like what I like, or we don't like each other. But then that's music. But music is so huge that it's become almost a religion in its own right. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You don't like Adele?
Like
Sorry, she's a whiny old wagon in my book. But you have her. And trust me, her, even if I had her phone number and rang her up and said, Adele, I'm just not fond of your music, I can guarantee you Adele would go, yeah, but I'm sitting on 50 million, so thanks very much.
Absolutely.
Do you know, she's not going to be fucking broken hearted. But music is such a big thing. Yeah. I like the amount of comedians I hear joking about it on stage, about, you know, when you're sitting on the sub or the tube and you're listening to music, or you've forgotten your headphones, mayor or what, right? And I'm sitting going, no, because I genuinely I love watching people, and I assess people even by their walk, their foot.
Well, you could take it from material, right? You could totally base a whole act on
the amount of profiling I will do of how people walk. Even I watch everybody's walk, and I like things that I'll write down to. I'm going, wonder why have they got big calves? Why have they got big calves? I wonder or why has that person got over it? And that's what I watch. Yeah, but I like music. Probably in the same way you wouldn't mind watching an Ireland soccer match. Yeah. Yay!
Because I join in because of that, And
I'm not invested in it. And it's probably a lot to do with the fact that I can't sing. And same way as like when I tried golf for the first time. And I was dug in the golf industry because I used to build golf courses. Yeah. But I never played it because it was like, no, it was shit. I was alright, but I wasn't class. Yeah. And that's what killed me. Yeah. And even I can hold a tiny note, right? There is a note it's somewhere in the world where I can hold. But I would never even dream of opening my fucking mouth around you people, because you people. What do you mean, us people? Because you people can all sing. Yeah. So it's like, no. What I do isn't fucking singing. What they do is singing. So you know what I mean. So I don't feel it as intrinsically as. Plus, fuck's sake, your lineage. We talked about this previous, like from. Like, I'm pretty sure if I looked at like old grey photographs and some like in 1742 the Murphys came. They were a dancing family. Do you know? And you'll just be wearing big pantaloons and stuff, standing in front of a they were some sort of pioneers of the dancing industry and the singing industry back in the day. Like, they were all performing artists.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think I think it's from growing up like that. Like my granddad being in show bands and stuff and playing like Neil Sedaka the whole time and all those kind of the Everly Brothers and all that. And then my uncle was on the other side, like playing like Limp Bizkit and then like I don't know, Pearl Jam and Radiohead and the Smiths, and it was all these different. So I had and then my mum was like Joni Mitchell and and Faith Hill. So I was totally mashed up. And funny enough, even though I'm a singer, my choice of the things to listen to, I never listened to the big amazing singers. I listen to people like Tom Waits. He would have a very extremely unique. I'm mad about his voice, but it's not necessarily one of those amazing singing.
Someone would argue that he's not that good of a singer. He's just got an interesting style. Like
there was a guy
Dylan. Like I mean, you go, what?
Yeah.
You sound like you're.
Someone said a critic said it's like someone hung a blanket out to dry, in a beer garden where everyone smoked around it. It blew off the line, got ran over by a truck, and they like had this whole thing. And that is how Tom Waits' voice sounds. But it was like kind of as a compliment.
I ain't got no change.
Yeah. Like, oh, I ain't going down. It's like it's just so those kind of voices, or like Bowie. I mean, I'm obsessed, and that's it's not just about his music; it's the whole thing of him. But he wouldn't necessarily. He never had that an incredible voice.
Yeah. Well, he had a style, I suppose. Yeah.
He's the greatest showman I think that has ever lived.
Well, Johnny Cash got away with a relatively normal voice. He could only play 3 chords on a guitar, and he's still one of the most iconic people to ever. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So for a singer, I listen to I think the more music side of it rather than the voice that's singing. It's more the lyrics and the musicianship of it.
Are you going to venture? When are you going to venture into this country career?
Well, I actually, you know what?
You're not attracted to country, right? I know you're not. You just took a big deep breath there when you were
I love Jolene. That song, I was playing Jolene the other morning when I was getting ready in the morning.
It's a fight song, I tell you would get you going like it.
It really gets me. I just think it's such an awesome, it's amazingly written. It's such a great concept. So I'm totally down for doing a cover of Jolene, absolutely. But I mean, if the country market want me, I'll give myself.
It is the market to be in.
It really is.
For fast money. I said it to Dayl. I said you can cut out any of these dreams. Cut that shit out. You want fast money now in the morning.
Throw on a pair of cowboy boots and do a flip in them. Sold.
Jesus Christ Almighty. He said it. He went I gig up the north a lot, and what you find is you find they do country, like country people. They do country, they do culture on a level that we down the south could only dream about. Unashamedly, did you ever see Stetson's Stilettos, that show that was on?
Yes, But
do you remember how there was no tongue in cheek, there was no shame? How they went dancing to show bandy dances and to country dance to dance halls. Yeah, and it was you're kind of going, what the fuck? Where did this world come from? And there was girls going, I love me tractors. And you go, okay,
if a fella has a nice tractor,
they all have the same media outlets we do. They all have the same TV. So how are they not influenced? And there's some comfort to be taken, almost fair play.
I think it's
you're
awesome.
proud in your own skin. But it was. But I remember I was pulled in. This is actually a story. I'm so fascinated by this moment in my fucking life that opened my eyes going, I wish I could just sing enough to be able to sing country songs. Now I don't know if I could live with myself as being a shitty singer, and singing other people's music would kill me. But we were doing this. It was a horrendous gig. It was down at the INEC in Killarney. Now trust me, this is a gig that I was only 6 months doing comedy. Delighted, getting paid, and getting put up in a hotel. But it was essentially in the middle bar, in between the gigs, right? So there was this gig that was going on all weekend, and it was these country singers, and I recognised one or two of them because it's big in Tipperary. And I went, they're all on the bill together, and it was a weekend of this, and my sister, I think, went to school with the girl that was on the door, and her whole family have a lineage of country stars. Some of them are in Nashville and shit, and they're all good singers. But I was going, what's the crack here? And she goes, you're going to do stand-up, fair play, cool, Jesus. And I looked into the room in the Glen Eagle is colossal,
huge,
full, ramped, right? These singers probably put on a 3-hour show. And it was to be a weekend thing, and the package, not inclusive. It was inclusive of your 2 nights, 1 ticket was €86
For the 2 nights.
for the 2 nights.
Jesus,
That's still a €43 ticket.
Yeah.
And what does the Gleneagle hold? Colossal, thousands.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's huge.
It's colossal.
I mean, Gary Barlow is playing there in the new year.
Yeah.
It's such a big venue.
It's colossal, and I was doing the numbers going, this is just 1 weekend in March.
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, and you're all now. To be fair to some of them, there was a couple of singers there that they had their own fans and they were singing their own songs.
Yeah, and
but there's a lot of them like fuck me in the wagon wheel, like.
Yeah.
Do you know Nathan Carter?
Listen,
he's a fine singer. He is some singer. For context, you're
I sing backing vocals.
You're a backing vocal.
Yeah, for him and Nathan Carter and then Derek Ryan recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Nathan, my first gig with Nathan was the SSE Arena in Belfast.
Mother of Christ.
And I was like, oh my god, and I was under so much. It's so fast. Being a backing vocalist, you're thrown like 20 something songs 5 days before the show.
God.
And you're in rehearsals, you need to work out your harmony line with the other 2 girls, and they had done it before, and I was the youngest. I was my first ever backing vocalist gig.
There's no
and
bluffing.
It was a bloody arena gig. It was the SSE Arena the first night, and then the 3 Arena in Dublin the next night.
Of course, yeah.
So, but both nights completely sold out, and he's playing at the 3 Arena and SSE Arena again next year.
And women
sold
losing
out
their
already.
lifeline. These aren't just people who...
A woman fainted, I think, in the SSE Arena. Now, I think she may have just overheated. I'm not sure. She didn't drink enough water. It wasn't anything to do with Nathan.
But it probably was to a certain degree. She could have overheated.
It was wild. And I mean, his fans are just... They were all messaging me and the other 2 girls, and then with them, we did the TV show with them as well.
He doesn't have to go outside Ireland. Look at the money that man is
from
making.
Liverpool.
Yeah, he's not even from here.
No.
And look at the money he's... Now, like I said, he is a fine singer.
Oh, and musician, musically, he's a genius.
But I guarantee you'd still find another Nathan Carter if you went looking in Ireland.
Yeah.
I bet you would. And even he would have to admit that. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, of course.
But look how fast that money's been made.
Yes.
There's no build... you're going straight in with songs that have always worked.
Yeah.
And it's complete... That would, be me right now taking all of Eddie Murphy's gear. All his material from The Raw.
Yeah.
Or Delirious. And just going out there and go, motherfucker! And doing it all and people go, oh, he's unreal!
Yeah.
He's
and then all
unreal.
of a sudden you've got that following and you've got your whole thing set up.
But you can't do that in this way. You could.
You can't. Yeah, no, you can't.
It's one of the few worlds where you can't go after it. You got to be original, which is weird. Which is great, but weird in another way. But I was saying that today. I said you get a couple of fucking sweet ass headshots done with a fucking check shirt on you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
A Stetson would look great on Dayl.
It'd look unreal because he
I
has
think we should go out.
He has that fucking tanned Mexican cowboy look like.
Mexican cowboy?
Well, just north of the border, we'll say. You know what I mean?
He doesn't look Mexican.
No, he doesn't look Mexican, but he'd take a good tan. He would take a good tan. That jet black hair.
Mexican cowboy.
Yeah, there are Mexican cowboys. They're Mexican rodeo riders.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just can't visualize.
No, what you have in your head is totally racist. What you have is poncho. And
that's what I have.
No, I'm talking about I've not seen the badass fucking rodeo riders that are from Mexico.
No.
Some of the most bad, and Brazil. Some of the most badass fucking riders in the world.
Yeah, right.
Okay, sorry, we were on 2 different planes there.
I was like, Dad definitely does not look
you
like
there
those Mexicans.
Yeah.
Look at that jazz.
But do you know what you'd make? Can you imagine you could be the Johnny and June?
Oh my god, we're onto something.
Your features are similar.
Look.
You've got dark hair.
Yeah.
You've got both dark coloured eyes. I can't see what colour your eyes are. But, and you can both sing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Either that, or I swear to God, if you and Leanne Moore, your 2 names alone, we've said this when I met you first, Leanne Moore and Hayley Jo Murphy, you joking me? Put it on a poster.
Pitch this to someone, definitely.
Fuck that. I will promote you. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I'm going to pitch it to both of them and see who takes it up first.
Yeah.
And whoever, I'm going to see who agrees, and then...
And you can use all of everybody else's fucking songs.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. No songs need to be written.
First one, Jolene.
Jolene, straight out the gate. Jolene. Look up that bit, like I was telling you about the bit where it's Dolly and Miley singing back and forth. Like I said, it's a bit twee to look at the setting, but it's actually class. Their harmonies are they've sang together once or twice, I would imagine, given that they're goddaughter and or whatever, but It is. You gotta give them kudos.
I mean,
like.
the harmonies in country music in general, I think, are incredible.
There's another one I want you to look at, and it's called Coal Miner's Daughter. It's.
Oh, I know that song.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
I was born a coal miner's daughter.
Yeah.
If you type it in, you'll see there are 5 or 6. I think I don't know if Faith Hill in it, but they're all superstars of the country music world.
Yeah.
But they all have their own individual style, and they all take a verse or two.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's. None of it sounds jarring. You know, nobody sounds like you stuck your one in for the sake of it, did you?
Yeah.
But it's all in celebration, I think, of the woman who sang the original song back in the day. Like,
okay.
But it's actually, it's very, very, very good the way they did it. And none of them are trying to outdo each other. Do you get me? It's all like, we really, really love this music.
Yeah.
And this song, shall we say, like.
Yeah.
And they're all, so it sounds, that's class the way you've done that. Like, you're not trying to, and you can imagine there's a fair few, like, there's a lot of hair and hairspray in the country. Imagine the diva, it's worse than any panto, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, like lashes longer than, I don't know, bigger than your dreams. Heels higher than, oh god, they're just like it's so glammed up. Like,
it is. Which, do you know what? I'm guessing you have no problem with.
Absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
Like that has me sold already. Put me on a stage, blinged up, loads of extensions, massive lips and big ass boobs, and I'll sing Jolene.
Just go for it. Yeah.
For the rest of my career.
And this is actually, do you know what? I'm going to be pushed over the edge here. There's a Scottish woman who was on the Nathan Carter show one evening, and she's rocking it in the Irish world of country music right now. Yeah, she's Scottish.
He's still going.
We're giving out about music, the music industry.
We've got something to pitch to you.
Yeah, come in here, DC. Come in here.
I've fucking been asleep there for half an hour.
I said it to you about country music yesterday, right? And you're going, yeah, whatever. But genuinely, like, why not why not sing, like, you know Jackson, the song Jackson, we got married in a fever. If the two of you, can you imagine, like, why the fuck not? Let's
Jude
record
and Johnny.
No, but why not record it? I guarantee you, people would shit the bed.
Yeah.
We're in the nation of country folk. They will lose their fucking mind, and nobody has done a good version.
No.
Because I've looked into this, because I was just going, genuinely, nobody has done a good, believable version. And the fact that your features even look similar to each other, like, not saying you look related. No, in that you both have dark hair and stuff. It's not. There's nothing jarring. Like, you haven't just turned up with like fucking hyper red fucking hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's all of a sudden some Aryan looking fucking fella as well. Like,
or
you know,
Mexican looking.
Well, yeah, I was just saying you could, little moustache now, you could look Mexican. I'm ruining the podcast by turning away from words. So what, are you up for it?
I actually can't believe you're still talking.
We got into fucking, which we had to talk over all her racism.
You've literally been talking
Well,
about 2 hours.
I've
No,
been
we
very racist and discriminatory.
It's gone to an hour and 20 minutes.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
Yeah.
You've since you've been back here. I've done so much shit since you've been here. I could have ran a marathon and everything, like.
It has not. Jesus,
Yeah.
I thought.
We had to cancel out all of Hayley Jo's racism, so it's.
I would value.
All right,
so
okay, we'll stick a fork in it. So we are doing the country music thing, simple as that. Where can anybody find you on social media? Because I've tried, the amount of times I can't because you.
What, on Twitter or Instagram?
You need to get all your ones in line.
Do they need to be the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got bollocked over this. All of them need to be the same.
Okay, right. Well, say on Instagram, because I'm going to probably keep it as what the Instagram one is. Instagram is Hayley Jo Christine.
Perfect.
Should I spell it or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is HayleyJoKristine. Hayley Jo Christine.
Fantastic.
And that is Instagram. At the moment, Twitter is Hayley Jo Murphy, but I will change that to Hayley Jo Christine.
Perfect. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, Hayley Jo.
Thank you, Tom.